Alrighty, folks, we got an article here out of Breitbart.com entitled Elizabeth Warren. We need big government. Nobody in America succeeds on their own. Boy, that's pretty scary. You talk about out of touch. They are out of touch. Big league. Hey Warren, Elizabeth Warren, we fled giant government and came over here and forged something better. We don't want large, out of control, rogue, or tyrannical government up everyone's nose. Folks should not be living off welfare, off the government, or dependent upon the government for jobs or anything. Folks were fiercely independent back in the day. Even just 80, 100 years ago. Folks were much more fiercely independent. Now there's a comfort to be dependent, and we gotta stray away from that a bit. Senator Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, otherwise known as, would like to follow in Barack Obama's footsteps by winning the White House in 2020, and she seems to be taking a cue from the former president's now infamous, "If you've got a business, you didn't build that" speech in 2012. Like Obama, Warren believes it is not American ingenuity and hard work, but the federal government that makes the people and the country great. Ooh. Boy, oh boy. Well, as I said, we can't have folks dependent on these kind of systems. Even energy supply, we should have been able to get everyone fully independent on that within the past 140 years. But according to one thing I had read about Tesla, and this might get a little conspiratorial, but one thing I had read was the free energy technology was suppressed. So, that stinks. Folks wanted to profit off energy rather than give mankind free energy and think of all the world of good that can do. But there was also the hidden danger. Tesla wanted to give folks free energy utilized out of pretty much thin air, the atmosphere, thin air, whatever the case. And other folks wanted to make money off it forever. So, of course, that would give cause to undermine him. But anyhow, it's just one of those telltale things. We could be so much better than we are, but things were suppressed. So, anyhow, Warren wrote in an op-ed for CNN, Business Perspectives, "Nobody in America succeeds on their own." Ooh. It's just oozing and dripping dependency rather than independence. Something very, very foundational to the country. Government-funded labs are fueling world-changing innovations. Much of American wealth was built through government-sponsored home equity. Strong American businesses are powered by American workers educated in public schools. Good grief. The public schools, are you kidding me? they're being hit with 10 tons of propaganda and only told one narrow viewpoint. And I believe a ton of it is a bunch of Marxists, communists, and socialists in the school system. There's good folks as well, but mostly probably whacked out. And, this is things everyone is paying into. How about it being voluntary instead of involuntary? And the role of the parents, how about that being back with education, not having everyone pay for it? Because then the states can teach whatever and control the youth by their input. If you control their input, you control them later in life, as far as I'm concerned. Their goods are brought to market on roads funded by taxpayers. Anyhow. Warren's commentary was inspired by a Chase Bank tweet giving customers advice on saving money. Warren wrote, Chase Bank fired off a tweet last week staging a hypothetical conversation between one of its customers and her bank account. Some of these money type places were undermining and cutting off people because of their views, opinions, stances on things political or their beliefs, seemingly. A number of them, and then they backed off because it got too much attention. It's very scary. It's very scary. We are nearing the Chinese social credit system, where if you don't go along with an agenda, you're going to be thrown under the bus, quite literally. Not going to be able to deal with money and all that sort of stuff. Very, very scary stuff on the horizon. So we can't let this stuff happen. Alrighty. So yeah, anyhow. This just has the elements of anti-independence and rather dependence on large growing government. That's kind of wacky. Americans need to be independent of giant government jobs, any sort of welfare, and we need to somehow get all these other independent forms of life. Food, energy, so food, water, electricity. We need to arrive at that point where we can be more and more independent. It'll free everything up. So, anyhow, that's that. Let me know what you think. Probably rambled on more than I needed to, and didn't get as far as I hoped. So, fake Indian. 1/1000th Indian. Anyhow, she don't got a shot for 2020. She don't got a chance. So, kind of funny. So I'll see you up ahead. Let me know what you think. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you up ahead. Take care. Cool.